Hello, hello. Good afternoon, Misters. Good afternoon, people. Good afternoon, YouTube. Good afternoon, world. Today we are gonna do a start with week 6 of Python. The last session we were learning about how can we write CS code and how no I'm sorry how we can write um, uh, a CSV code CSV file with Python from Python from Python codes. So we have to
Dictionary. You have
resume the video CSV dig writer. Okay, that was I was learning CSV writer. Okay, I'm gonna to watch this part of the video, these pieces, and then I am gonna to continue. I'm gonna to complete the whole task. Okay, start.
This time. I'm still going to go ahead and import CSV. I'm going to go ahead now and prompt the user for their name. So input, quote unquote, what's your name, question mark. And I'm going to go ahead and prompt the user for their home. So home equals input, quote unquote, where's your home, question mark. Now I'm going to go ahead and open the file, but this time for writing instead of reading as follows. With open, quote unquote, students.csv. I'm going to open it in append mode so that I keep adding more and more students and homes to the file rather than just overwriting the entire file itself. And I'm going to use a variable name of file. I'm then going to go ahead and give myself a variable called writer. And I'm going to set it equal to the return value of another function in the CSV module called csv.writer. And that writer function takes as its sole argument the file variable there. Now I'm going to go ahead and just do this. I'm going to say writer dot write row, and I'm going to pass into write row the line that I want to write to the file, specifically as a list. So I'm going to give this a list of name, comma, home, which of course are the contents of those variables. Now I'm going to go ahead and save the file. I'm going to go ahead and rerun python of students.py, hit enter. And what's your name? Well, let me go ahead and type in Harry as my name and number 4, comma, privet drive. Enter. Now notice that input itself did have a comma. And so if I go to my CSV file now, notice that it's automatically been quoted for me so that subsequent reads from this file don't confuse that comma with the actual comma between Harry and his home. Well, let me go ahead and run it a couple of more times. Let me go ahead and rerun python of students.py. Let me go ahead and input this time Ron and his home as the borough. Let's go back to students.csv to see what it looks like. Now we see Ron, comma, the borough has been added automatically to the file. And let's do one more. Python of students.py, enter. Let's go ahead and give Draco's name and his home, which would be Malfoy Manor. Enter. And if we go back to students.csv, now we see that students.py, enter. Let's go ahead and give Draco's name and his home, which would be Malfoy Manor. Enter. And if we go back to students.csv, now we see that Draco is in the file itself. And the library took care of not only writing each of those rows per the function's name, it also handled the escaping, so to speak, of any strings that themselves contained a comma, like Harry's own home. Well, it turns out there's yet another way we could implement this same program without having to worry about precisely that order again and again and just passing in a list. It turns out if we're keeping track of what's the name and what's the home, we could use something like a dictionary to associate those keys with those values. So let me go ahead and back up and remove these students from the file, leaving only the header row again, name, comma, home. And let me go over to students.py. And this time, instead of using CSV writer, I'm going to go ahead and use csv.dictWriter, which is a dictionary writer that's going to open the file in much the same way, but rather than write a row,
So so we were learning about this about this about this. Yes, about this. Let me looking for. I'm sorry. No, no, no. I'm sorry. Don't leave me. Yeah. So I'm gonna to take this note, this lecture. So if I understand, and I think I understand, uh, uh, the import CSV is important because I have to import uh, some kind of library. Name is that, home is that, okay, but that is the most, that is the really thing that I have to learn. It's with open la 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 as file la la writer equals csv dic, no 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 dic writer, Greek writer, csv writer, okay, csv writer, yeah. So so
this time. I'm still going to go ahead and import CSV. I'm going to go ahead now and prompt the user for a file, but this time for write CSV. I'm going to open it in append mode so that I keep adding more and more students and homes to the file rather than just overwriting the entire file itself. And I'm going to use a variable name of file. I'm going to open it in append mode so that I keep adding more and more students and homes to the file rather than just overwriting the entire file itself.
okay, append mode is important because I just wanna, I'm gonna to, I would like to append rather just overwrite the file, like he said, right?
More and more students and homes to the file rather than just overwriting the entire.
Overwriting, yes, overwriting. So I'm gonna to import csv, okay, and then yeah, yeah, right now with open, okay, file, I can remember. With open, and the name is file, name csv student, open with open name dot csv, okay, csv, and without, among quotes, yeah, and comma, quote a, because I wanted to put this, yeah. So got it. So
File itself, and I'm going to use a variable name of file. I'm
as
then going to go ahead
file,
and give myself a variable called writer, and I'm going to set it equal to the return value of another function in the CSV module called csv.writer. And that writer function takes as its sole argument the file variable there. Now I'm going to go ahead and just do this. I'm going to say writer.write row, and I'm going to pass into write row the line that I want to write to the file, specifically as a list. So I'm going to give this a list of name, comma, home, which of course are the contents of those variables. Now I'm going to go ahead and save the file. I'm going to go ahead and rerun python of students.py, hit enter. And what's your name? Well, let me go ahead and type in Harry as my name and number 4, comma, privet drive. Enter. Now notice that input itself did have a comma. And so if I go to my CSV file now, notice that it's automatically been quoted for me so that subsequent reads from this file don't confuse that comma with the actual comma between Harry and his home. Well, let me go ahead and run.
okay. So I wanted to open a file, a new file, and this new file is students dot csv, and then I wanted to, yeah, Continue.
It a couple of more times. Let me go ahead and rerun
Okay.
Python.
With as file. Okay. That was I forget as file. As file. Yeah. Enter. And then yeah, I have with open students CSV students CSV that as a file So what I have to do right now, I have to assign a variable writer CSV writer file.
Of students, so that subsequent reads from this feature the file return value of another function in the CSV module called CSV.writer. And that writer function takes as its sole argument the file variable there. Now I'm going to go ahead and just do this. I'm going to say writer.writeRow variable there. Function takes as its sole argument the file variable there. Now I'm going to go ahead and just do this. I'm going to say writer.writeRow, and I'm going to pass into writeRow the line that I want to write to the file, specifically as a list. So I'm going to give this a list of name, comma, home, which of course are the contents of those variables. Now I'm going to go ahead and save the file. I'm going to go ahead and rerun Python of students.py.
Okay, got it. So okay, so writer equals write that open that CSV writer equals CSV write file. Okay, CSV writer file. Okay, and then writer write row. Okay, I have to put writer because writer is the name of the variable. Write row write row write row, and the argument is gonna be the list of a list of name and student, name and age, name and house, I think. Name and house, name and home. Name and home, and I'm gonna to take I'm gonna to take the Scorgify because I have to do this assignment, and so in order to train, in order to try to do something, I would like to space, and I would like to create change the name of this rename students. I'm gonna be students and paste this paste. Okay, this is paste. Yeah. Okay. Name mouse spot. Okay. Students. Okay. Name home. Oh, right. Okay. Right. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna to follow the video. So name and home.
Pi, hit enter, and what's your name? Well, let me go ahead and type in Harry as my name and number 4, comma, privet drive. Enter. Now notice that input itself did have a comma, and so if I go to my CSV file now, notice that it's automatically been quoted for me so that subsequent reads from this file don't confuse that comma with the actual comma between Harry and his home. Well, let me go ahead and run it a couple of more times. Let me go ahead and rerun Python of students.py. Let me go ahead and input this time Ron and his home as the borough. Let's go back to students.csv to see what it looks like. Now we see Ron, comma, the borough has been added automatically to the file. And let's do one more. Python of students.py, enter. Let's go ahead and give Draco's name and his home, which would be Malfoy Manor. Enter. And if we go back to students.csv, now we see that Draco is in the file itself. And the library took care of not only writing each of those rows per the function's name, it also handled the escaping, so to speak, of any strings that themselves contained a comma, like Harry's own home. Well, it turns out there's yet another way we could implement this same program without having to worry about precisely that order again and again and just passing in a list. It turns out if we're keeping track of what's the name and what's the home, we could use something like a dictionary to associate those keys with those values. So let me go ahead and back up and remove these students from the file, leaving only the header row again, name, comma, home. And let me go over to students.py. And this time, instead of using CSV writer, I'm going to go ahead and use csv.dictWriter, which is a dictionary writer that's going to open the file in much the same way. But rather than write a row as this list of name, comma, home, what I'm now going to do is follows. I'm going to first output an actual dictionary, the first key of which is name, colon, and then the value thereof is going to be the name that was typed in. And I'm going to pass in a key of home, quote unquote, the value of which, of course, is the home that was typed in. But with dictWriter, I do need to give it a hint as to the order in which those columns are when writing it out so that subsequently they could be read even if those orderings change. Let me go ahead and pass in field names, which is a second argument to dictWriter, equals, and then a list of the actual columns that I know are in this file, which of course are name, comma, home. Those times in quotes.
Okay, got it. So
because that's indeed the string names of the columns, so to speak, that I intend to write to in that file. All right, now let me go ahead and go to my terminal window, run Python of students.py this time. I'll type in Harry's name again. I'll again type in number 4, comma, privet drive. Enter. Let's now go back to students.csv, and voila, Harry's back in the file, and it's properly escaped or quoted. I'm sure then if we do this again with Ron and the borough, and let's go ahead and run it one third time with Draco and Malfoy Manor, enter. Let's go back to students.csv, and via this dictionary writer, we now have all 3 of those students as well. So whereas with CSV writer, the onus is on us to pass in a list of all of the values we want to put from left to right. With a dictionary writer, technically they could be in any order in the dictionary. In fact, I could just have correctly done this, passing in home followed by name, but it's a dictionary. And so the ordering in this case does not matter so long as the key is there and the value is there. And because I have passed in field names as the second argument to dictWriter, it ensures that the library knows exactly which column contains name or home, respectively. Are there any questions now on dictionary reading, dictionary writing, or CSVs more generally?
Is there any specific situation for me to use single quotation or double quotation? Because after the print, we use single quotation to represent the key of the dictionary. But after the reading or writing, we use the double quotation.
It's a good question. In Python, you can generally use double quotes or you can use single quotes, and it doesn't matter. You should just be self-consistent so that stylistically your code looks the same all throughout. Sometimes, though, it is necessary to alternate if you're already using double quotes, as I was earlier for a long f string. But inside that f string, I was interpolating the values of some variables using curly braces, and those variables were dictionaries. And in order to index into a dictionary, you use square brackets and then quotes. But if you're already using double quotes out here, you should generally use single quotes here or vice versa. But otherwise, I'm in the habit of using double quotes everywhere. Others are in the habit of using single quotes everywhere. It only matters sometimes if one might be confused for the other. Other questions on dictionary writing or reading?
Yeah, delete. My question is, can we use multiple CSV files in any program?
Absolutely. You can use as many CSV files as you want, and it's just one of the formats that you can use to save data. Other questions on CSVs or file I/O?
Thanks for taking my question. So when you're reading from the file, you had as a dictionary, you had the fields called. Couldn't you just call when you're reading? Couldn't you just call the row? In the previous version of the students .py file, um, when you're reading when you're reading each row, you were splitting out the fields by name. Yeah, so when you're appending to the students list, can you just call for row in reader students.append row rather than naming each of the fields?
Oh, very clever. Short answer, yes. Insofar as dict reader returns one dictionary at a time, when you loop over it, row is already going to be a dictionary. So yes, you could actually get away with doing this, and the effect would really be the same in this case. Good observation. How about one more question on CSVs?
Yeah, when reading in CSVs from my past work with data, a lot of things can go wrong. I don't know if it's a fair question that you can answer in a few sentences, but are there any best practices to double check that sort of no mistakes occurred?
It's a really good question. And I would say in general, if you're using code to generate the CSVs and to read the CSVs, and you're using a good library, theoretically nothing should go wrong. It should be 100% correct if the libraries are 100% correct. You and I tend to be the problem. Like when you let a human touch the CSV, or when Excel or Apple Numbers or some other tools involved that might not be aligned with your code's expectations, things then, yes, can break. The goal really, sometimes, honestly, the solution is manual fixes. You go in and fix the CSV, or you have a lot of error checking, or you have a lot of try except just to tolerate mistakes in the data. But generally, I would say if you're using CSV or any file format internally to a program to both read and write it, you shouldn't have concerns there. You and I, the humans, are the problem, generally speaking, and not the programmers, the users of those files instead. All right, allow me to propose that we leave CSVs behind, but to note that they're not the only file format you can use in order to read or write data. In fact, they're a popular format, as is just raw text files, .txt files, but you can store data really any way that you want. We've just picked CSVs because it's representative of how you might read and write from a file, and do so in a structured way, where you can somehow have multiple keys, multiple values, all in the same file, without having to resort to what would be otherwise known as a binary file. So a binary file is a file that's really just zeros and ones, and they can be laid out in any pattern you might want.
Okay, I think I got it. But I have a really great problem with the CSV reader until CSV reader from minute 2 until minute 13, 14. I have a problem because I don't understand yet. Yes, I can remember how can I um, read uh, how can I read on a file. So to I'm gonna to check it out with open blah 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 as file for 9 in la la la. Okay, okay. This was one. This was one, but that wasn't using CSV, so it doesn't it doesn't matter. Pizza, pizza. It Pizza. Did they use CSV? No. Did they use writer? So doesn't matter. So this is the first. This is the first. This is the first homework that I'm gonna to use CSV. So I have to check it out again. CSV reader, CSV reader, CSV library. Yeah, CSV library. Yeah, I'm gonna,
CSV to
I'm gonna, we're gonna to watch it uh, uh, fast because I think just to check it out something 2 times.
contain not students' houses at Hogwarts, but their homes where they grew up. So Draco, for instance, grew up in Malfoy Manor. Ron grew up in the.
Okay, I'm gonna to I wanted to close this because again I just wanted to check it out. Okay, I can't see anything actually. Maybe this, maybe it's too short, it's too small. Okay, but I can see that student CSV okay, student CSV for line in file, blah 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 blah. Harry number 4 private drive run. Okay, Cova Sao Paulo. Okay, por CSV. Okay, import CSV. He's importing CSV file. He's gonna erase reader CSV reader file. Okay, CSV reader. Okay, he is reading the file CSV file. Okay, for row in reader. Okay, students append name and row. Okay, for row in reader. Okay, for row in reader. So this for row in reader, take this row, that row, and take 1 and 0. Okay, got it. Okay, that is a way of take data. Every single row in reader he's append in a list name and home. Students append. Okay, he's appending the column 0 and the column 1 as a dictionary, a list of dictionaries. Okay, that could be work for name and home. So he can take name and home. Okay, name and home, name and home. Okay. Okay. Okay, Dracula's motherfucking mama. Okay, I think I got this. I got that. Okay, but let me take reader CSV reader file. Okay, reader CSV reader file. I'm gonna to copy that reader CSV reader file. I'm gonna take copy that reader CSV reader file. Okay, I'm gonna to copy this. Blah 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 blah. Gonna copy, paste with open, la la la. Okay, I'm gonna to take this because I wanted to read, so as file. I'm going to watch again. Blah blah blah. Reader CSV reader file. Reader CSV reader file. Reader. Okay, reader for row in reader. For row in reader. Right? Yeah, for row in reader. Okay, for row in reader, blah blah blah, is students. For row in reader, name, home. Okay, I'm gonna to copy this. Yeah, and students. Okay, students equal a list for reader, for row in reader, students append for students append. Okay, students append, and have to take that list. Append a dictionary. So name. Okay. Home. Name. Home. 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 Name and home. Name and home. Okay. Okay. Name and home. Name and home. Okay. That was a dictionary. Okay. Name and home. Name and home. Okay. Okay. Row 0 and 1. Row 0 and row 1. Row 1. Okay. Got it. Okay. This is a kind of read. This is a way to read files, CSV files. Okay, he's talking. 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 I wanted to watch CSV Reader Dictionary. Okay, name, home, and he's gonna to put Dick Reader. Okay, row. Okay, he's putting row home, name and home. Okay, okay. So I am understanding right now. Name a house. So I would like to put row name in row house. Okay, it could be, but I have to put dig reader. Dig reader. Okay. For students, insert lambda student's name. Student's name, student home. Okay. For students, for student in students, for students in students, blah blah blah. In students, for student in students. For students in students. For student in sorted students. In sorted students, key lambda. Key equal lambda student name key lambda student name. Yeah, that's it. Sorted students key lambda quote for students in students print what print student name student name. I don't know what I'm doing. I think I know, but it's a student name print F student name is in student home house. So okay. I'm gonna to print this. We are gonna to print this. Print this and print this. Name is in students append don't home CSV Ctrl S. Yeah. So I'm gonna to play this. I think in order to play this, I have to open the terminal, and I have to change direction week 6, and then I have to put week 6, I think it's 45. Is this no? Oh no, week 6 notes. Okay, so week 6 notes and that py. Oh yeah, Python week 6 py and enter. Okay, yeah, there's a problem. Students append name row, name, home, house. List indicates must be integer or license, not strings. Okay, row. It's an indices. Okay, but oh, okay, I got it. CSV dict reader. Dict reader. Dictionary dict reader. So Control S and play. Yeah, CSV dict reader. Yeah, so got it. Clear and fine. Okay, no. Key house. There is no house. It's home. Home. Student key error. House. House. Line 10. House. Home. Home. Yeah. Got this. Yeah. It works. Okay. Midden ellipse is in Gryffindor. Matthew Graham is in Slytherin. Not Theodore is in Slytherin. In Parkinson, Spansy is in Slytherin. Okay, I think I got it. I think I understanding. But I have a problem. This appending. I am appending. But I would like to append a home name, home, house, and last name. First name and last name. Name, row. Yeah, I would like to separate Potter and Harry. Yeah, I would like to separate this Potter and Harry. Take like first name, second name, Potter Riddle Robinson Q S S T W W W W. Okay. Sabini is Slytherin. Sabini is Blaze is Slytherin. Okay. Is Slytherin. Okay. Okay. Yeah, but name. Okay, name Weasley. Yeah, Potter. But yeah, it works. But I have to improve this code. So we are resume the video and continue watching. Name. So name. Home name. Okay, home name. Draco, my full Draco. Home name. Yeah, it works because name and home direct dictionary reader looking for the name in the row. Okay, got it. Yeah, it's interesting that students seems be that by about Hannah are like a Potter, right? Potter. Uh, yeah, Potter, 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 Potter. Slytherin, Potter. Yeah, I'm gonna to put this. Okay, why just use? Okay, that's it's a complete thing. Okay, got it. About Hannah. Okay, about Hannah. About Hannah. About Hannah is in Hufflepuff. So how about Hannah? About Hannah. About Hannah. About Hannah. Hannah about. I would like to take this and sorting. No, no sorting. Change it. This is name. Okay, this is name. This is name. Hufflepuff. Name. This is name about Hannah. About Hannah. Okay. Okay. Number 4 private. No, name house. Name home name house. Home name house. Home name house. Home name house. Home. Name. House. I have an idea. I got an idea right now. What about if we take about a Hannah? Yeah, because that is the name, but a Hannah. So for rowing reader, yeah, we are gonna to take name, but the name is about a Hannah, and we are to split name. We're gonna to split that. So, 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 we're gonna to maybe is a best idea to take the variable, the row variable name, okay, and split, okay, type I would like to know what is in print. In print. Okay. I wanted to type this. Type. A string. It's a string. Okay. Type row name is a string. Okay, it's a string. So is if it's a string, we can just uh, split 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 split. row name. This is a string, right? So a string and first, no, split oh, just split just column and two variables, first name, first name, first name, and last name, first name, last name, and yeah, you have to work. So I'm gonna to append first name, first name, first name is first name is first name, first name, okay. First first name, last name, first name, last name, last name is last name, last name. So I'm doing the homework, this homework Scoreify. So he said first, last, in house, first, last, in house, first, last, in house, first. So just first, first, last, last, first, last, and house, 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 home, home. Students by home, house, house. Yeah. Okay. First name. Student. First name. For students first is lambda. Student. Student. First name. First. Okay. First. Okay. First is an. Okay. So we are gonna to prove it. Okay. Okay. I think I'm a genius because I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know what I'm doing. Right. No, I'm not a genius. I disappoint you. Valid syntax. Okay. House. Line 8. Oh, okay. Last name. House. row. Okay, valid syntax. Oh, got it. Yeah. House, just the row house. House. Okay, append. Sha. 1, 2. Okay, got it. Column. Yeah, and yeah, and we are going to try it. Abort. C, D, E, F, G. Oh, there is no Harry. Potter is in Gryffindor. Okay. But first name, what is first name? First name is no. I take split. Yeah, but I have to put it twice. Okay. Yeah. Okay, got it. So it doesn't work. It didn't work, but right now it has to work. Play. Yeah. I wanted to watch the name Harry. Harry, A, B, C, D. Yes, Harry is in Gryffindor. Hermione is in Gryffindor. Horace is in Slytherin. Draco is in Slytherin. Yes, it works. I got it. I understand. Yes, I understand. For student is already putting this. Okay, for the student in the students. So I'm gonna to put this. So this is the. I think I understand. This is the only thing that I only had to do. Okay, so I'm gonna to go to. I'm gonna to go to. Okay, we left 20 minutes. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Okay. So we are creating this. Okay. Have to close this. Okay. This was really important. I have to say, it was really important because with this code, I understand everything. I understood everything. Yeah, so I got it. First house. If I put last, it works. Last and last. Yeah. There is no Speedy Jones. Okay, it works. Okay. Got it. It works. So, uh, I'm gonna to go to Scoreify. Looking for yes. my t-shirt. Yeah, so blah 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 blah. Def main blah blah blah. Okay. Okay, got it. So that is the thing that we have to do. We're gonna to take. I'm gonna to dress up myself. I was naked. Yeah, yeah, ready. Turn on the camera. Slow. Camera. Yeah. Okay. Then got it. Then the club. Okay, got it. Right now, we're gonna to take. So I have to read. Actually, I have to read. So, dear Potter, rather than, for instance, dear Harry, dear Potter, rather than with, for instance, dear Harry, in a file called Codify implement a program that's okay, blah blah blah. Okay. Dear Potter Harry, dear Harry, in a file called implement, space the user provide a command line, the name is existing, in order, name house, first, last, how, name, first, last, assume that each student will be both first name and last name. Will have both first name and last name. Okay, note that you can tell a direct reader to write its field names to a file using write header with no arguments per. The writer to write its field names to a file using write header. Okay. Okay. I have to read this. And CSV, the reader, yes, the reader, yes, yeah. One file, two file. So, assuming before CSV exists, after CSV, before CSV, after CSV. Okay, got it. So, okay. I have to create a document. Student CSV, no, it's gonna be a copy. I think copy paste, copy paste, rename. Before CSV, he's gonna be in Scholastum. Move Scholastum, and then okay, CSV. Okay, got it. Before CSV is this, and ready. I'm ready to start. I'm ready to start. And then pizza, no. Week 6, pizza pie. Pizza pie, I have to close. Student CSV, I have to close. And before CSV, Scorify. Okay. Have to copy that. Blah, blah, blah. Copy that in Scorify. But first, I would like to Okay, I would like to interpret it. No, I would like to create CSV interpreter, CSV sys arc, sys arc b1. Okay, CSV interpreter, CSV arc b, CSV arc b1. Okay, CSV1. Okay, CSV interpreter. No, one, CSV2. Yeah. And then dev CSV interpreter after CSV, before CSV, after CSV, after CSV is after, okay, after CSV is taking something. Okay, the interpreter is gonna be to work in that way, in this way. So after CSV, after CSV equals, okay, after CSV, okay, no, I have to put with open and open, yeah, okay, open with open after CSV, after CSV with open after CSV as file, okay, with open after CSV as file. We have to remember that after CSV is the argument, and the argument is gonna be before CSV, the argument eh, uh, the user puts as an input. So after CSV as file, okay, after CSV as a file, so with open, so reader or row, or yeah, reader equals reader CSV reader CSV reader file. Okay, CSV reader file and then CSV reader file. Okay, want to watch. Okay, reader CSV reader file. Okay, in reader. Okay, yeah. So for every row in reader, for every row in reader, no, have to yeah, we have to create a list soon. We have to create a list. We have to create a list. Students, yeah, students, yeah, students equals a list, students with open after ASV reader CSV reader file for row in reader. For row in reader, for every row in reader, we are gonna to take, okay, for row in reader, we're gonna to take I can't remember for row in reader. Okay, got it. Students append first, last, house. first, last, and house. For every row in reader, students pen, first, 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 that is first, 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 okay, I'm sorry, first, last, last, and house. First, last, and house. Students, okay, students. So the first thing that I have to do is row split. Row last, first equals to row, no, to, yeah, row, the row name, last split, column. Yeah, got it. Yeah, row name split column, and then okay, then and then and then and then and then and then ka 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 ka. House. Yeah, house. For first, last, and house. Uh-oh. House. 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 Row house. Row house. Okay, row house. Okay, got it. Students append. So I have to return a list. Yeah. I have a list, students. So I have a list, and I'm gonna to put a dictionary, a reader dictionary. After CSV, before CSV, last something, last something, after CSV, before CSV. Okay. Turn something. Yeah. Okay. So I have a list of students. I'm gonna to return else. I'm gonna to return. Okay. Okay. I don't know if I have to return something or just write something. So quit, open, with open, before, after, no, before, before CSV, after CSV, with after CSV. Okay, with after CSV, the things is I have to make another file. So if I wanted to make another file, I have to put this file. I open another file, but like a pen, right? So appending. So I have to write writer, right? CSV writer CSV writer file. Yeah, right. Okay, right. What happened with right? Okay, yeah. Okay, got it. Right, and then right, CSV right. Okay, so I have the variable with the name right. Yes, right. Like I'm gonna to erase this because it doesn't matter. Yeah. Yes, and if with that rider CSV rider file rider right row name. Okay, rider right row. That was the thing that I wanted to. Rider right row blah 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 blah. Okay. Rider oh no. Right row right row right row. This is the rider. Rider right row. I have to remember. Rather point right row. Right row is a method. So I have to put the list. The list. Okay. Rider right row and the list students rider right row list students. Okay, rider right row students. Return that. No, that's no. Return anything. And then I have to create. Okay. 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 Right row. Okay, right row. Dictionaries. Okay. I have to remember. I have to remember what this dictionaries. Okay, import CSV with open new line S5. CSV reader. Okay, reading a file. Reader, reader, reader. Okay, change version right here. Okay, dig writer, dig right header, write a row with a file names as a specifying constructor to return value of the CSV right header new also right header new now also returns the value returned by CSV writer. Okay, right header CSV writer right header. Okay, right header. Okay, got it. So I'm gonna to put writer right row name 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 house first last. Okay, first last first last first last first last house. Okay, we're gonna do okay we're gonna do clear. Okay, clear scoreify cd scoreify file and python 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 scoreify python scoreify and then before CSV. Okay, okay, so I made a mistake, but I fixed that because before and after it has to be sorted. So open before CSV five after. Okay, got it. Before after CSV. No, what happened? row name. Line 17, row name. First row name. There's no name before name. Row name. The last indices must be integers. Ah, I made a mistake. Dig reader. Dig reader. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, it works. It works. It works. After. No. No. It doesn't work. It doesn't work. Dig writer. Dig writer. Okay, and CSV after delete. Okay, I forget to put dig reader, dig writer, dig CSV, dig writer. Okay, dig writer. Dig writer, but I have to put dig writer again. Okay, I got it to put this. Okay, type error. Dig writer init missing. Okay, was field name, and field names. Okay, dig writer. Okay, after. Okay, it doesn't work. It didn't work. Dig writer file field names equals, yeah, field names was field names dig writer blah 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 blah. Right now, okay, field names and this name and home. Okay, field names, name, no, first, last, and house. List, first, last, house. Okay. Okay. Uh, okay. Control S. Clear. Oh, what? Right row. Writer. Obviously, of course. Got it. Got it. Okay. Yeah. So clear. Enter. Oh. Row dict case. What happened with that? Attribute error. List object has no attribute keys. Let me see. And a list. Okay, got it. At least. Have to put at least. Okay, at least. Okay, Rosix. Five feelings, first, last, house. Got it. First, last, and house. Okay, got it. Okay, no. First, last, and house. Field names. Okay. Okay, 21. Error. Row dick keys. Row dictionary keys. First, last, and house. Yeah, I don't understand what happened with the problem. What is the problem? File, field names. First, last, house. First, last, and house. Right row. Wrong fields. Row dictionary keys. Okay. Row dict keys. After CSV with open. After CSV with open. Da 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 da. As file. CSV dict writer file. Blah blah blah. Writer right row. Right row. Oh, got it, got it. Got it. Right row. Okay. Right row. Okay, I have to fix that, but I think I got the problem. I have to fix that. So we have to. I have to go. So thank you so much for stay with me until the end, and I have to go. Thank you so much, and remember, try hard.